How do? Beautiful, beautiful morning. We're not going to use his stage name. We're going to call him Gad. Yeah? What an absolute monster. So he got 16 years, served 8, 2023, and he's out for a little tinker. Yeah? Always going to be a risk to the public, these kinds of people. Absolutely boils my piss. The IPP sentence. Those of you who might be new to the channel, or don't know what I'm talking about, it was a sentence that was made for people like Gad. Indeterminate public protection. Yeah? The most dangerous, the biggest risk to public, we can keep him inside. It was there, the provision for it. Come out round about 2004, done away with 2012. Yeah, judges, again, yeah, handed it out like sweets. Stole a mobile phone, stole a push bike, I'm going to give you an IPP. You might have been looking at a tariff of something like 18 months to 3 years. They give you an IPP sentence. If someone's still a risk at the end of their term, you can keep them in. 99 years it used to say in the paperwork. You've pissed, sorry, it just boils me piss, gets me a bit angry this. If you have stolen a push bike, you get your paperwork, it says 99 years. There's no release date on it. Made for people like Gad. These people in prison now done 10, 12, 15, 20 years almost for minor crimes because judges abuse the system. This creature should have had an IPP. He'd have got locked up and never ever got out. See, he's not played the game. And why would he? It's below him, isn't he? He's in prison. He's not done any courses. Offending courses for people who do terrible, unimaginable things to children. So he's had one chance at parole, he got locked up. The parole board, initially, someone is doing an assessment. I could do that assessment. I know who he is. I know what these people are, and they're never, ever, ever going to change. Always going to be a risk to the public, a risk to children. 2-year parole hearing, maybe get knocked back, then another 2 year. But here's the thing wrong, 16 years, yeah? And he's out at the halfway point. Someone needs to address this. The most dangerous, and I've heard all these people, all these politicians say this, the most dangerous need to be locked up longer and bigger sentences. We're sending far too many to prison that we could do something with. Serve you 16 years, then we'll look at you. Maybe. He's not changing him. He's shown no remorse. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We have proceeds of crime. There's a whole thing around that. So you're a big drug dealer. You make 50 million. You get caught. You get locked up. We're coming after the 50 million. Makes sense. Does it not? It doesn't work though. The people who cop for the proceeds of crime and end up paying out are usually petty criminals. Because we come after you, we can't find the 50 million or get it back. Gad, he's a different creature. He's made money from fame. However, he's chose to pick on the most vulnerable in society. And like I say, zero remorse. So somebody's gone after him, one of his victims. He refused to engage. They bankrupt him. Associates have taken over some of his assets. And one of them victims will be getting paid out. $500,000. So you're thinking, is that a thing? Yes, it is. And why shouldn't it? Do you think $500,000 is going to help someone? It's going to make life easier, isn't it? You know, who was it? Richard Branson once said, you know, being depressed and skint or being depressed with money, I'd rather be depressed with money. Something similar. Years of hate, failed relationships, everything else that goes with it. I've got no tolerance for these people. So he's taken some of his assets. For me, every victim, every known victim of him should all be getting a chunk of that. Any money he's making now, he had a career, he abused that career and used that career to his own end. Any money's made, and he was a songwriter too. I believe he made something like $1 million off one of the Oasis songs. All that money, put it in a pot and give it them people. Like I say, it's not going to straighten their lives out, but it might give them a few pleasures they otherwise wouldn't have. Let's talk about the coursework he's refused to do. Like people of terror who might have radical ideas, we're not doing nothing. We might pluck one single individual out, spend untold hours, throw everything at him, and we might get somewhere. This creature from Southport, not a chance. Like somebody said in the comments, it's right. These people now, like him, and there's going to be more of them, who are a risk to our prison officers and anyone who works in prison, consider themselves prisoners of war. They're going to carry on challenging the system, or they're not. We do nothing. Yeah? They look at his history in prison. Guess what? People like him don't cause bother. You know why? Because he's segregated from the normal prison population. Yeah? They're with like-minded people. Vulnerable prisoner units, offenders like him, all together. What a fucking dark place. Yeah? Networking and God knows what else. Turns my stomach. So yeah, the people have good behaviour in prison, but no, zero remorse. Don't consider him for parole. Nothing's changed. You don't need to assess him. We don't want people like him on our streets. The whole system wants reviewing. Let's look at something a bit more pleasing. Brian's backside. We need to laugh, don't we, guys? Seriously. The whole criminal justice system wants reviewing. Yeah? We're building prisons we don't need to build. Let's build communities. They're cheaper. You don't need the same security. So we can do things with people we don't want to send to real prison. Yeah, let's build some therapeutic communities. Cat D, open prisons. That's what we want for them people who aren't a risk to the public. Here we go. Brian. Bit of decency there while I get out a bag. Listen, guys, thanks for your continued support. I do appreciate it. People like him throw away the key. There's nothing inside you can do. I'll tell you what the courses, SOTP, it's not there. Sex Offenders Treatment Programme did, shall I? It wrecked staff's minds. I know a good few cracking officers who did that work. You imagine you're sat in a classroom scenario with creatures like this all talking about their offences, showing zero remorse. Brian! Yeah. We might get a view. I'm going to have to start running this way. Brian! Come on! Come on! Come on! He's coming. Like I said, God bless all them people. Trauma as kids. Lock him up, throw away the key, and let's overhaul our system. And keep the worst, the people who are risk to public, locked up. We need to stand together, side by side. Thanks for coming. I'll see you.